9 News, I'm Donna Kelly. It was supposed to be a New Year's party in Dallas, but the evening turned somber with word that singer Rick Nelson, the evening's entertainment, had died in a plane crash. His fiancée and 5 others were also killed last evening when the plane went down in northeast Texas. Officials said this morning it's too soon to tell what caused the crash, but witnesses watched the plane catch fire in midair.
2 of my employees that were on their way home had been on the highway, and he was trying to land on the highway and headed right straight toward them, and the kid just got scared and couldn't get off the road. So the pilot made another turn and tried to make a landing in that field out there, and just, from there just burned. By the time we got to the aircraft, the whole thing was just completely engulfed in flames.
Authorities are waiting this morning for the wreckage of the plane to cool before removing Rick Nelson's body. Sandy Kenyon reviews the career of a star who found fame in many ways.
Ricky Nelson came to represent the ideal teenager of the 1950s, when America watched him grow up on the adventures of Ozzie and Harriet.
Would you like to see me tap dance?
Just don't pay any attention to him.
I think he's cute.
He's not.
I am too.
Ricky and his brother David first appeared with their parents, Ozzie and Harriet Nelson, on radio in 1949. Then moved to television 3 years later with a show that was to be at the top of the ratings for more than a decade.
They were really taken from real-life experiences, you know, the early ones especially. My dad wrote most of the shows, and he used to do those, so I enjoy watching those things because it kind of reminds me of where I was then. It's like watching home movies.
Ricky Nelson's singing career began on the show when he convinced his father to let him perform in order to impress his girlfriend.
I'm a traveling man, made a lot of stops all over the world.
That song was a smash, and Nelson went on to record a dozen top 10 singles. By the age of 21, he'd sold 35 million records. But when he wanted to move on, change his style, his audience resisted, and in 1969, he was literally booed off the stage when he tried to sing his newer material. Nelson wrote a song about this humiliating experience, which became his first hit in years.
I went to a garden party.
Actually, the best things that have happened for me are things like songs that are written that are the closest to being myself.
In his mid-40s, Nelson had returned to his original style, performing the old standards at some 200 concerts a year. And in the places where he traveled, everywhere there were the fans whose lives paralleled his own.
They feel like they know you, you know, which is a good feeling.
Ricky Nelson was 45.